bold solutions to take this country forward. We need an innovative leader. We need a leader who is a deep thinker, who is a solutions person. That leader is Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia. The hope for this country's future. Bawumia is the hope for this country's future. Timesremo, December 7th. Monkanshro Pipiara, Sia Pipi for Neshemoha. Bamo Boapra, Momo Asonti. Oji ballot paper now. Mention chain, mention Benku, mention Nifa, mention Phone, Shastro Hoppe. Estro Hop, Ahana, Osmona War. Estro Hona Yedie War. Estro Hona Koswa War. Estro Hona Kunim De War. Na Kwetia, Eye Bawumiane, NSA, Bawumiane, NSA, Bawumiane, NSA,
So, we are going to start a new system. It's a flat tax system. So we are going to wipe the slate clean for every individual and every business. And Ghana is going to start a new tax system, a flat tax system, as we have in Estonia. And in addition, we are going to do faceless audits of any company. Cannot be more than once in 5 years unless there's a reason. Unless there's a reason. And this is what we see in other countries. You cannot go to the same place more than once in 5 years. The focus I want GRA to place is on the people who are not paying taxes. Not to keep going back to the same pace. We need to broaden the tax base. We need to broaden the tax base. So I'm very, very happy. As I said, we are bringing in a new system. We will abolish certain taxes like the e-levy, as I have said, and because we want to encourage more cashless transactions, and that is why we will abolish it. The issue of import duties, we have said we are going to benchmark with Togo. Ghana's import duty can never be higher than Togo from next year. We said before, we want to introduce a system of predictability of import duty so that you know before the next 6 months or whatever, if I import something, this is my duty, so that we are not going to keep increasing it. Oh, they'll say the exchange rate has changed, so you go and pay more today. Tomorrow you come, you have to pay more. We'll deal with all of that. We want to make the system good for business, and business needs predictability. So I am very, very encouraged by what I am hearing today. As I said, we are all on the same wavelength.
Me, but she was, every time I see you.
Yeah. So what has been selected and what has not been selected? And for what reason? What's the rationale behind the selection? So you, as a growing scholar, as I tell my students, you get the whole picture. So you'll be able to interrogate the received knowledge.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to make some impact. Because, yes, we know we have a lot of issues. You see, since so much focus has been on one section only, half of the secondary education experience.
Exactly.
The junior secondary school is not a primary school. If you say it's basic, you can even say that university is basic, but you have the divisions. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that by focusing only on one link in the chain,
Thank you. Kindly resume your seats. have serious effects on the lives of others. John Mahama does not shoot from the hip. A 24-hour economy is serious about continuing with the critical reforms and the improvements we made under his tenure in our technical and vocational training institutions to ensure that we equip our youth with the technical skills necessary for a thriving economy. Nsanu Ejuma also means equipping our youth with tech skills so that they are ready to participate in our economy and in the global remote economy. So, as we mentioned several times during the 2020 campaign, we intend to implement the 1 million coders program, which sets an ambitious but attainable goal to train over 1 million of our youth in coding, data science, and other tech fields. The potential for this pool of young people to contribute to Ghana's GDP is enormous, and inshallah, it shall happen. Definitely, another important area, and why this position is important, and why the NDC has prioritized it. We will pay special attention to issues and challenges faced by women in all walks of life. Oh, the women are not happy. And the men too. This is part of the reason we propose extended maternity leave, in line with one of His Excellency President Mahama's 2020 election promises. And in the 2024 manifesto, the flexibility offered within the context of a 24-hour economy must hold special attention for women, for obvious reasons. Maybe we should meet and have a long discussion on that one. Women entrepreneurs must have access to capital to primarily nurture and grow women-owned, women-led businesses. Women must become millionaires too, shouldn't we? We must become millionaires too through hard work, as our men do. We do not need hands out. We need hands up. Women of Ghana are capable of managing that bank 100%. The bank must take care of small-scale businesses or tiny-scale businesses to give them credit. And I'm talking about those who are hawking or people whose businesses do not depend on huge capital. I envisage a board made up of trading associations and cooperatives, and all these fully represented and making serious decisions. Knows what we do with our resources when women prosper. We hardly leave our children behind. We hardly leave the wider families, including the men, behind. There is better stability at home. There's better peace at home. Most will demand less chop money, so the girls should clap for us.
We don't have to borrow money from anywhere. Just toll the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana. It doesn't mean we will not borrow money. It only means that we are going to borrow responsibly and not recklessly. No government can say they won't borrow money. That is ridiculous. So far, the commitments that we received in China before leaving amounted to a total of $15 billion US. And
there is a possibility that within the next month or so, there are some discussions that we couldn't conclude.
We don't have to borrow money from anywhere. Just toll the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana.
It doesn't mean we will not borrow money. It only means that we are going to borrow responsibly and not recklessly.
We don't have to borrow money from anywhere. Just toll the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana.
It doesn't mean we will not borrow money. It only means that we are going to borrow responsibly and not recklessly. No government can say they won't borrow money. That is ridiculous.
So far, the commitments that we received in China before leaving amounted to a total of $15 billion US. And there is a possibility that within the next month or so, there are some discussions that we couldn't conclude, that another $4 billion will be added to that. But this is by way of grant funding. As you can see, all the discussions we've had in China have to do with getting a new funding model, not borrowing, but leveraging our resources to do so.
If you look at this country, the money is there for development, but it stays up, it doesn't come down. The money is there, but it stays up.
And we began the process of reprofiling Ghana's public debt. As you know, the public debt ended at 122 billion Ghana cedis in 2016. And so we, as a matter of strategy, began the process of reprofiling our debt. This just means that we are replacing more expensive debt with less expensive debt. Short-term debt with longer-term debt. This is what is happening. And so you saw that last Friday or so, Ghana issued a bond essentially to do this reprofiling. And in that context, we raised some $2.25 billion of investment that came in to buy this cedi-denominated bond. There was a cedi bond which was issued for 15 years tenor, 15-year tenor, and that brought in 2.25 billion. But what is so remarkable about this particular transaction, and I think it is, for me, the deal of the year's public debt. We don't have to borrow money from anywhere. Just toll the various sections of the road and we'll raise the money to do the roads in Ghana.
We were happy that we found oil, but the borrowing of this government, the reckless borrowing of this government, has compromised the whole oil discovery. 6 times, you need 6 times of our oil revenue just to pay interest, not even capital. It's interest on the debt. So it is a really sad development. I mean, what fundamental issues that affect this economy have been addressed in this budget? You should ask yourself, what fundamental issues? If we had spent, the monies borrowed, and that money borrowed is the equivalent of some $37 billion over 7 years. Now, can you imagine what $37 billion can do in an economy? $37 billion. I mean, it's amazing transformation that you can see.
The investment the government is talking about. We are going to add about 800 megawatts of power.
But we are talking about a record. You can always talk. We are going to do this. We are going. The question is, what have you done? You've had 7 years in government. What have you done? So much can be pointed to as well. Infrastructure, as John Mahama says, if you point to infrastructure, you are engaging in an exercise of mediocrity. But the IMF managing director put the nail on the head when they said that the borrowing done by this government has been used for consumption. It's not me saying it. It's been used for consumption and not for investment. This is the IMF's assessment. And if you look at the data that supports what she's saying, the infrastructure to GDP ratio has come down from 9.1% when the President Kufuor was in office to 4.8% today. Infrastructure. You've borrowed so much, but you are reducing your investment in infrastructure. So they can try to hoodwink us with pictures of development all over the place. But the reality is that they should have been doing twice as much. They've had 10 times as much resources as the MPP government had 10 times as much in nominal terms.
So what
of
is the
resource.
MPP alternative? I mean,
the MPP alternative is going to be it's a very major alternative that is going to be unveiled on Thursday when we address
but you. Can speak to that
I alternatives, and we are going to, and we have anyway.
On your feet, you can tell us something as to what exactly.
I'm telling you, it's an exciting. I will tell you what it is not. It is not a doomsday economy. It is not a dead goat economy. It is not a friends and family economy, right? It is an economy that will create jobs.
We've put in place a very first-class economic management team. I would even say world-class, because the Minister of Finance, the very known Wall Street banker, investment banker, really high achiever. The former Minister of Finance, who is deputy chair, vice chair of the economic management team, Yao Osafo-Maafo, he was voted at one time the best finance minister in Africa by the World Economic Forum, and many others. They're just a solid, capable group of individuals who have come together to manage the team, and we meet every week.
Ghana and I would the economy IMF also your strategies. MPP for Oma clean campaign Ombenya because media okay may reply. Obi also your strategies. Also your strategies. Embra you're taking over power. Not dollar your 4 cities. And then dollar your 12 cities. We are strategies. Excuse me, strategies. More strategies. Please. Omomienye clean campaign. Omomienye clean campaign. Se woma anye clean campaign. Media assembly ombeka bi ameyano. Mamenka semtro. Neme se dollar. India a Turkish niya medine ka. Ewo dosa odi bremi. Embla me money deposit. Not dollar no. 6 cedis to $1. In August 2022, over $100,000. I have the evidence. Between 1,550,000 Ghana cedis, meaning the dollar was 15 cedis, 50 pesos. Where were the strategies? Omumia omanukura Ghana and I would the economy IMF also your strategies. MPP for Oma clean campaign Ombenya because media okay may reply. Obi also your strategies. Also your strategies. Embra you're taking over power. Not dollar your 4 cities. And then dollar your 12 cities. We are strategies. Excuse me.
Look at the economic management team. It is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akutose, Dr. Afriye Akoto, Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo-Maafo. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team? Kukrudu, fellow Kukrudites, we were elected to fix the problems, and I'm glad to report that we are fixing the problems and we are putting in place the policies that will drive the economic transformation of this country. It is very clear that the economy is beginning to respond to the policies of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo. Look at the economic management team. It is quite clearly a fantastic team. Professor Jambafo, Dr. Akutose, Dr. Afriye Akoto,
Honorable Alan Chiramanting, Boachi Ejaku, Ken Oforiata, Senior Minister Yao Osafo Mafu. What a solid team. In fact, can anyone remember the NDC economic management team?
Around saying that our manifesto promises are going to ruin the economy. If you knew the plan that could work for the economy and be successful, why haven't you implemented that plan in 8 years? Why? If you know what can work for our economy, why is the economy collapsing in your hands after 8 years? You clearly do not understand the economic plans and underpinning the MPP manifesto. So your task is to make our economy work. You cannot do it, and now you want to say the MPP plan cannot work. You have essentially no legs to stand on in saying the MPP plan cannot work, because your own plan has collapsed the economy, and we are bringing a new plan for the economy, and a new plan that will work. Are going to ruin the economy. I'm just so baffled. You, a president, you have presided in 8 years over the collapse of our economy.
Atias Mubashi say YouTube badna bahakaba. Malam John. Atakbir! 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 We should never allow religion to divide us. The MPP brings people together. We have fought elections on issues. We have elected people on merit. We will not. Atakbir! 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 We should never allow religion to divide us. The MPP brings people together. We have fought elections on issues. We have elected people on merit. We will not make elections a fight about you being a Muslim or you being a Christian. It is about what you can do for the people of Ghana, your vision and what you can do. So let us stick to the issues.
The 2024 election is one that is very important for this country. And I am very much guided by your advice. And that advice, as you have already said, is one that I have been implementing. I am sharing my ideas with the people of Ghana with no insults to anybody, just my ideas as to what I want to do if, by the grace of God, I am president of this country. And this is how I have been campaigning throughout, talking about what we have done and talking about what we want to do as a party, and myself as a government, as a president.
Yes, you can see that very well. The distribution of goodies have started up. Take the goodies, take the money. Let's vote number 8. Let's vote John Dramani Mahama and the NDC. After voting John Mahama, vote number 2.
Otna Kuriano so Anchebian or Kanjre and say, Namnina Asa na Akadum P. Samoka.
Yabanswa, MC Nastin Watsi, and Mubia, I say, I just say,
expiry date was so na MPP aban national bar for stock omode sa emo no omo pese obia be hu expiry date nti se emo na asai omode bottle foforo no mo hwe emo no asai na gum and no de akoye secondary schools e de ama ye kwada no edi enti na NDC say ye ba ye nkoto watoto gari wakoto emo nana kasa no okase kasa okano essential for enhwe no omonka ne yie na mo kodane na no nana enye essential for no a Jubilee House for Flagstaff House a hon no modani ni pa no and no bro focus on your friend fake news ade awon kan yetimi twa go so se waka na se ko bade sa baby aban akasa ete eye adwuma na omodane dane nipa no enya de a efe enti nana eno de omode ayemi omode ayewo omode aye nipa bebre enti mejina ha meka se fake news ni na yeta hu on social media so eyomo na eye nana akasa no okase pano and no bro focus on your friend fake news ade awon kan yetimi twa go so se waka na se ko bade sa baby aban akasa ete eye adwuma na omodane dane nipa no enya de a efe enti nana eno de omode ayemi omode ayewo omode aye nipa bebre enti mejina ha meka se fake news ni na yeta hu on social media so eyomo na eye na wotwe mu yante asemde na orebia na oye nipa owo ono na ejuma aye pharmaceutical industry ono and the chairman of Kama Group of Industries Nyame Tonsa Efreno na ansa na sa arehosem ebesi no afie twa mu no abra MPP aban eye nia ye friend debt exchange papa no be kasaye na debt exchange don nia de baaye ne se aban we bobosia sa mebeduru mre bi omutimi ntua biom e free 2018 epe pem 2021 omoko abrochire ekoji sika $11.5 billion enti ebedu se omutimi tuaka ni biom enti wabo aban bosia ye obibi a friend no bond se o person obo aban bosia otimi koto bond no ana woto treasury bill no enti aban beji se sika no no mo de aye bibi no ma ka che o se enfie miensa ye betua o sika na sa papa yi ode ne sika ni bi ekohye sa bond no mo na okọwiase afa na nyina investment a ubetimi aye a wonim se kenken ken on sa beka o sika ene se ode o sika abo aban bosia. So bonds are the safest investment anywhere in the world, except in Ghana under MPP administration. Enti papay ebe sun chere Ghana for se mesika kakra anka mede me behwe me ho se baby amanye dru no afa me be call pension. Enti mesika kakra anka na mede to ho se mede behwe me ho no eno ena aban abo me bos abo no bosia echese aban aka se entimi ntuaka enti osu wo TV so aka se onim ne onye biom because nejuma egu ne bibia egu ampara papa no enru afe asa asem ni si papa na ewu na ono ye nipa Ghana fo nim no na enyo ono nko a nipa bebre nso ka ho pensioners ai che se omusika na omode to ho se ne be ya omunyi no omko pension omutimi to omundro etimi eto eduane di etimi tua omodanka etimi tua omo electricity bill saban we se omo etimi ahwe yesika sem so amasa nipa nyina edi areho na nye Dr. Michael Ajekum Adonko a nipa bebre ewo ho saa no enne ebika taxi nipa oye ne krachi a wakosua bank na oye ne djuma baumia ne akufo ado ne oforia kenoforia tenti enne se nipa no oka taxi ebi etopa no ebi eyefuo se na be ya ombenya sika kakra etimi edi.
What is the difference between the ordinary thief and the political thief? Number one, the ordinary thief steals your money, your bag, your watch, and your jewelry, isn't it? But the political thief steals your future, your career, your education, your health, and your business. Number two, the hilarious part is that the ordinary thief will choose whom to rob. But you are the one who choose the political thief to rob you. Because we choose them. We vote them. We blindly say we are not blind. Who is deceiving who? The ridiculous part of the whole issue is that we will fight to defend and protect our belongings from the ordinary thief. Is it not? But we fight each other to defend and protect the political thief. Is that not what we do? Thugs will be fighting themselves to protect those that are stealing our career, stealing our job, stealing our health, stealing our success. What a shame.
If you reach a certain stage in life and there is nobody who can look you in the eye and tell you the truth, you are doomed. And that is where our country has gotten to. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. And I feel very terrible as a Ghanaian at this time. This country is in serious trouble, ladies and gentlemen. We are in serious trouble. We need to rescue this country, ladies and gentlemen. The presidency has been so depraved, so muddied, so dirtied, that I tell you in all sincerity as a Ghanaian, that I feel terribly sad today as a Ghanaian. We need to rescue this country. Wallahi. Inshallah.
Please don't cry.
We shall rescue our country.
Government is broke, The people are spending billions to go inside the government that is broke. Have you ever seen a minister who resigned because government is broke before? Government has no money. Have you ever seen a governor who said, ladies and gentlemen, when I was elected, I thought the government had money. Now I discover government has no money, I resign. Have you ever seen it? Government has no money, but they are bringing money out at election time. Where is that money coming from? So they are lying. What is happening is that there are two types of wicked people in government. Type 1, they eat current money. Any money they find in government, they will eat it. They are wicked about that one. There is type 2. Type 2, they eat current money and future money. They will say, my term will end next year. When I leave, how will I eat money? Let me borrow money now and borrow money of the future and eat it now.
Right, hello, good morning and welcome to the show. This is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. It's a Thursday, the 28th day of November, 2024. By His grace, we're alive and we're here. We're at another edition of the show. Our gratitude to go to Most High God for the very privilege of being alive and, of course, the opportunity of having another conversation around the top stories making the rounds here in our dear Republic. I'll let you into our panel for the morning's conversation shortly, but let's take a look at the front pages of our newspapers. Daily Graphic. At Graphic National Development Series, 2024 elections will be best ever. 97% eligible citizens on voters register. EC. Development Bank, AGI signed MOU to bolster garments and textile industry. Pursue actions that will sustain nation's peace. Togbe Afede, the 14th, tells stakeholders. COA Global Peace Mission, KAIPTC partner to promote peace and security. Springfield, Afina Field appraisal confirms oil flow. Congratulations. The Ghanaian Times, December 7 elections. Accept verdict of Ghanaians, Asantini advises candidates. Government to spend 57 million cedis annually on free dialysis beginning December 1. Election Security Task Force introduces reward for information on security threats. Speaker declines request for Parliament recall, cites campaigning of MPs. Communications, PR officers urged to sharpen skills to meet changing demands. Daily Guide, Bawumia outdoors 100 electric buses. Cocoa Board adopted in guide. Bawumia unveils electric buses to modernize Ghana's public transport system. NDC sets sights on security sector. EC engages GJ and Giba on access to collation centers. Ban toy guns on election day. Chairman Coker to IGP. Police chase car dealer over 64,000 cedis fraud. Invest in oil palm business to create job opportunities. And there's a retraction and apology on the front page of a New Crusading Guide. It says on Monday, November 25, 2024, we published a story under the headline, Exposed. Mahama plans to sell Ghana's oil to Russian oligarchs. And it goes on to say that this article alleged that John Dramani Mahama, flag bearer of the NDC, signed an MOU. Upon further review, I've determined that the story was based on unverified documents and speculative sources that lacked credibility and substantiation. Okay, so they say they acknowledge that his report was not only misleading but also potentially. He promises prosperity for all Ghanaians. High Court throws out Ghana Airport Company Limited's attempt to delay enforcement of ruling declaring workers as permanent staff. My hope is the Ghanaian women and youth come December 7th, Alan Shermatin. Coalition Against Political Vigilantism urges EC to rescind decision to restrict 2024 election media coverage and to avoid 2020 multiple pre-recorded declaration of results. Request for recall of Parliament. Speaker bounces NPP MPs. The Daily Statesman. Major boost in public transport. Bawumia launches electric buses. Bawumia is Ghana's good, faithful servant. Bagbin rejects majority caucus request to recall Parliament. NHI to spend millions on free dialysis for 1,200 patients. The Metro Lens. 1,200 renal patients to receive free dialysis treatment under NHIA. Ghana Link buses bag major awards at World Business Leaders Congress 2024. Nana Okowa IV remains legitimate Queen Mother of Ajenata Fuman. Bawumia commissions first electric buses in Ghana. Daily Post. PNC declares support for NDC ahead of elections. North Dai, Godwin Egbajo, and two other top NPP executives defect to the NDC and vow to ensure resounding victory for Mahama and Joycelyn Tete. Mahama demands retraction and apology from newspapers over false claims. Business and Financial Times. Springfield's Afina appraisal exceeds expectations, set to boost nation's oil production, with Sankofa unitization firmly in sight. Coronation Insurance UENR partner to launch AI laboratory. Textile and garment industry gets 300 million cedis DBG boost. Ghana Link recognized for revolutionary trade technology solutions. Ambassador Edward Boateng honored at 9th Emmy Africa Awards. Danwell Life Insurance is now Pinnacle Life Insurance Company. And that's about it for the front pages. We'll be back shortly.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. BetSaver.
Again.
Hello, thank you for calling MTN.
This is Jerry, Jolly J for short.
How may I help?
I'm not happy with you guys at all. You've been giving Bongo gifts all the time.
Who is Bongo?
Oh, Bongo, my friend. He purchased in my room.
Oh.
You've been giving free gifts, but I don't.
That's MTN Rewards, sir. Talk, text, browse, and more, and you get to redeem free call time or data by simply dialing *550#. And on Fridays, you can even get extra special rewards like food vouchers, shopping discounts, and much more.
Didn't tell me anything. Would you like to know how I got the name Jolly J?
That won't be necessary, Mr. Jolly. Calling customer care service service doesn't give you points.
I'm gonna call my mom. I'll call my grandma. And I'll call my ex. That girl can talk, Papa. Hello, Mama. So what's the topic for today?
MTN.
Remember that businesses suffered irreparable losses. Dumsor disrupted family life and will do more if we do not vote wisely. Student studies disrupted. MPP's era has seen stable power supply. Never again should we return to Dumsor. Let's keep the lights on. Vote wisely.
Esuro, vote number 1 on the ballot.
Look around. Home also need a makeover. Oh, mine clearly does. So we went to Ashroom and found the Como collection. It had everything in the world, or at least the kids.
A bed perfect for young men who want
a table that turns into a treasure chest.
And finally, a sofa with this grand TV unit for family time at home.
Head over to any Ashphone store now and discover the new Como collection. Ashphone, feel it, know it.
Mahama once said,
I've seen more demonstrations and strikes in my first 2 years. I don't think it can get worse in the second 2 years. I have the dead goat syndrome.
Dada Noir. On December 7th, vote for integrity, competency, and development. Esuro.
Here's Kwame and Yao. After hours of planning, both have locked in the same perfect multi-bet. Big win for United, over 1.5. And both teams to score in the London Derby. But who could have picked Leicester over City? Or a high-scoring game at the Bridge? There's nothing worse than having your perfect multi-bet missing. But there's nothing better than having it saved. Bet Saver. Win, even if your bet misses.
And when me pulling me into oh, you right. And you will go. Give us JC mixture and then the capsules. You boom. And what's some Namokana? What a ma any memina. Nema ba ye obesima. Na bema swa ye bemesima. Ya, we be bronku. I'm a neck giant sow with the shelly bottom. No, when you never need to say, you owe you chop one. DC mixture and then a capsule.
I pay for a battle one more menu for one and for that when you feel
How can we solve the unemployment crisis in Ghana? Yes, Massa.
By using formula 133.
Can you expatiate?
Say, this simply means 1 job, 3 shifts, 3 people, shifts of 8 hours each. This will triple job opportunities in the country. This policy will boost production, increase productivity, and generate well-paying jobs in all participating businesses and public organizations.
Excellent. The 24-hour policy will be a game changer.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
You're the answer to my prayer. You're with me everywhere. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need tonight. Give me shelter from the rain. You breathe life in me again. You're my angel, miracle. You're all I need to know tonight.
I completed JSS in 1997. I got admission to Insaban Secondary School in 1998. When I was about to complete my first year, my dad lost his job, so I was kicked out of school because of school fees. My mom was a people teacher whose salary couldn't even buy food in the house, let alone paying my school fees. I stayed in the house for 3 good years, and I sold farm milk at Aguna Swedro before I was able to gather something to go back to school. That time, I couldn't go back to Insaban Secondary School because it was among the middle class schools, which I couldn't afford, so I went to a different school. The saddest story to happen to me in my life was a day I was selling yogurt around the Greenland Hotel area when 3207 Mercedes-Benz bus stopped and they called me to buy some of the yogurt. I was the only person hawking there, so I knew business was going to be good. When I got to the bus, it was my mates at Insaban who have completed school, and those from Accra had hired 3 buses to take them back from Insaban to Accra. Most of them accused me of being a bad boy for dropping out of school and selling yogurt. They bought everything in my box, but after they left, I went to sit somewhere and I cried. They made me feel like it was my fault, but such is life.
Thanks to the NPP government for free SHS. If free SHS was there in my time, I would have completed school with my mates.
On December 7th, let's vote number 1. Let's vote for Dr. Baumia. Esroho.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, you can get 8K. Get packing from your Hey, wait. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's
here. You're buying for me, right?
Or don't else.
Oh.
Let's choose buy ticket for others.
Love you, boo boo.
Maybe straight to option 4. Now, you need to buy tickets worth 50 Ghana to qualify. Yes, you can buy random or preferred tickets. I'm choosing random ticket. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
Hey,
there we are. Tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and prepare. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
My brothers and sisters, at a time when we are suffering due to the bad policies of the Baumia-led economic management team, leading figures of the
what I say, and it's a solid money. What I say, Sassy can I know? What I say, solid money. Solid. What is solid money? Maybe for you as I throw. Solid money. I'm talking about solid money. What I say, and your casa want to me was the car, and your bango, and your gold. And the same God there I can watch me. Mammy Fabio, solid money. We are talking about solid money. Solid money.
To stop this impunity, you and I must vote for change on December 7. Even Kennedy Japan of the NPP is calling for change.
I'm telling you, the situation we are in now, Ghanaians don't need change. Change needs Ghanaians.
Repeat that, please. So, and Ghanaians don't need change.
Ghanaians don't need change.
Change needs
us. It means that we've gone past change. The situation is worse. That the change itself now is saying that please come and let me change you. Yes. And when we talk to people, they all admit that we need change.
Vote wisely and vote John Mahama.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. BetSaver.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Now, with a buy now, pay later with Sametro, you can now buy a sleek and trendy smartphone and enjoy the luxury of paying in convenient weekly or monthly installment plans. All you have to do is to walk into any of MTN's service centers to choose your favorite from a wide range of mobile phones on offer. The best part is all phones come up to 2 gig free data, so you can share your pictures and get all the biggest scoops online for the first 6 months after purchase. Go on, share the exciting news with your family and friends, and stay connected on the smart side of life with MTN and Sametro. And as Ghana heads to the polls, there's only one place to be for all the excitement, insights, and breaking updates. Election Central on Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM. From the pre-election polls to live real-time updates and post-election analysis, we've got you covered with the most accurate and balanced coverage you can trust. Join us every day for our special coverage of Elections 2024 and Election Central right here on Metro TV, Original TV, and Original 91.9 FM. Right. With me on the show this morning is a private legal practitioner who's also a member of the MPP Legal Directorate, Ishaq Ibrahim. Ishaq, good morning.
Good morning to you.
Right.
Good morning to your viewers.
Right. Also with me on the show this morning is a former Chief Executive of the Free Zones Authority, Kojo Chum Boafo. Kojo, good morning.
Andy, good morning. How are you?
By the special grace of God, I am doing
I see
well.
that you are not coming back from police cells.
I'm what?
You were not kidnapped.
I'm not what?
You were not kidnapped yesterday. So.
I wasn't kidnapped. Oh, no.
Yesterday, when I was watching the show, I was afraid that you are going to be kidnapped. And Ishaq will come and sit and tell us it's not Baumia's fault.
All right. So it was scary. So I was sitting there. That's the door. I'm sure you can see. So
we all saw it live.
Directly.
It was live and colored.
Okay.
Everybody was watching the program. You know me, for 24 years, Good Morning Ghana is my go-to. You know, from I think I was
23.
one of your first panelists. 23. I was one of your first panelists. So I watch it every day, except that unforeseen circumstances. I was watching. And I was very frightened. If you check your phone, I texted you to stay in the room, don't go anywhere. Because you don't know who has been sent. Whether it was Ishaq who sent them or whether it was.
Anyway, okay. And when we came back, I told you that we had been informed. I was here with Kwesi Pratt Jr. and Dr. Richard Asante Yabua. And in fact, it was the two of them who asked me not to go out. I was going to go out when we had that break in transmission. And so we were informed that some people had come in here in the company of armed policemen, and they had climbed up, and they were trying to forcibly enter the studio, break the studio doors and enter. And that is what led to the abrupt end of the show. But the company has issued a statement. The police service also issued a statement. I just want to stick to that. If there's further information that I have to provide, I'll provide that. So I'll start off with a statement from the Ignite Media Group. Statement from management of Ignite Media Group, IMG, on attack by armed policemen, auctioneer and a bailiff, 1.9 FM at North Ridge, Accra, and purported to be acting under a court order to execute a judgment against Metro TV. The auctioneer, the bailiff, together with the armed policemen, forcibly broke into the studio when the Good Morning Ghana program was live. The auctioneer, known as George Addo, director of Geld Mart, then declared an avowed purpose to disrupt the live Good Morning Ghana program and therefore charged his team to break into the said studio, which they did, leading to a disruption of the live broadcast of the program. It is also important to state that last year, the said George Addo, the auctioneer, led a team of masked policemen armed to the teeth in a pickup truck to lay in wait for Dr. Randiabe and blocked his vehicle upon his arrival to host the Good Morning Ghana program. This attempt last year, among other things, to seize the vehicle of Dr. Randy Abbey was orchestrated to execute the same judgment. This effort was aborted when Dr. Randy Abbey vehemently resisted the said attempt, as the property they sought to attach was his. This unfortunate situation caused the staff and security officers of Metro TV to resist what we consider to be an improper and irregular attempt to disrupt a live media program, and thereby cause fear and panic to the host and panelists, who personally intervened and dispatched a team of policemen to the premises to enforce law and order. The IGP's team of policemen also instructed the said auctioneer, the bailiff, and armed policemen to leave the premises of IMG. The IGP has assured us of a thorough investigation and a provision of adequate security at the premises of IMG. So this is the statement from the management with respect to yesterday's incident. But the police had earlier issued this 3-paragraph statement. Police investigate incident at Metro TV premises. So the Ghana Police Service has commenced. And I guess people ought to read to understand. It says the Ghana Police Service has commenced an investigation into an incident that occurred at the premises of Metro TV in Accra this morning, Wednesday, 27 November 2024. Preliminary police investigations indicate that upon a request from the court, police officers accompanied the court bailiff in the company of the judgment creditor, Vodacom Business Ghana Limited, to execute a court order against Metro TV. We urge the public, particularly the management and staff of Metro TV, to remain calm and cooperate to the police in the ongoing investigation. So this is the statement that they are not even taking our statements and all that. They are not come here with their officers to. And clearly, the first paragraph says that they have commenced an investigation. How people construed this to mean that what happened here didn't happen. Okay. And that this statement that by the police disputed the accounts, that it didn't happen. I don't know the appreciation of English language and whatever happened, but this statement was issued by the police even before anybody from the police service spoke with us. And the police were here, about 3 or 4 different delegations, high ranking, from regional to national. They were here up until about 5 p.m. Yesterday. Ishak, I'll start off with you. If there are any things, I would piece them in. Yes.
Thank you very much, and good morning to your viewers once again. I think, yes, the court has the power to issue a search warrant or to enforce judgment. But the way what objective do you achieve in breaking into a live broadcast? What statement are you trying to make? So it is right that people would read into an attempt to intimidate or an attempt to frustrate whatever purpose. I'm not sure why the auctioneer acted the way he did. So I believe before the investigation would complete, I believe we can actually condemn it, especially the excesses that was committed in trying to break into live broadcast. Especially in an election year, this is a very sensitive period. People would try to read all kind of meaning to it, and they'll be right to do so, simply because of the way they acted. Press freedom is very, very important. I remember as a law student, I read an article written by John Stuart Mills, one of the liberal philosophers, when he advances 3 most important reasons why freedom must be protected. Argument from democracy, argument from the truth, as well as self-fulfillment. In a democracy, we really need press freedom, because that is one of the bases to provide equality of act, especially in a period such as this, when people can read all kind of meaning to it. And as I said, they'll be right to do so. I mean, Metro TV is a high-profile institution. There is other way you could implement whatever you try to implement, other than the military-style attitude.
So on the basis of what you've said,
yes,
let me provide some more information.
Yes.
Okay. So, why I'm sure that you've seen some videos,
yes,
of me very agitated.
I saw yesterday, yes.
Now, it was because when eventually I stepped out of the studio,
yeah,
and I saw the policemen, and I confronted them. and then they showed me those who they came with.
They came with, yeah.
And I identified the guy. So from the pictures you're seeing, there's a door at the back. That's the office where those people were. Now, when I went in there, then I identified this man.
Yes.
A man seated there. The auctioneer.
Yes.
And that is okay. Now, when I entered, I saw this man. Now, Ishak, that incident about what happened sometime last year.
Yeah.
So, as usual, morning, I was coming.
Yeah.
To the studio.
To the studio.
And I was driving from the Fine Things part, so opposite the entrance.
Yeah.
Yes. So I was coming from there. But you see, it's a T junction. The left goes to Alisa.
Yeah.
So when you get there, you need to stop, look to your left, right before
you cross.
I cross over to enter the premises.
Yeah.
Then I saw this pickup. You see the white pickups that the police use, that they've covered the back.
Mm.
Yes. So I saw that pickup with men in there, policemen.
Yeah.
Okay. But of course, there was no point in thinking about anything. So I drove into the premises. When I drove into the premises, I reversed to where I park.
Yeah.
Just when I reversed, then I saw this pickup I had seen. So apparently the pickup was there waylaying me.
For you. Yeah.
So when I entered, then this pickup just came in, drove straight in, and blocked my vehicle.
Wow.
So it blocked. So they had me covered.
Okay.
Fully armed. Then this guy, the auctioneer, he alighted from another vehicle and approached me. This was last year.
Yeah.
And said that, look, he's so and so from the courts. They have a court order. So my car keys, they are seizing my cars. And I said, are you crazy? Is there a court order against me? Has any court issued anything against me? What do you mean by you're seizing my car? They said, oh, they have an order against Metro TV. So you have an order against me. Am I Metro TV?
You're not Metro TV.
Is this Metro TV's car?
Wow.
What kind of nonsense is that? Then he said, okay, then in that case, they are going to go into the studios and go and pack studio equipment and all that.
No.
So at that point, I called the group legal officer.
Yes.
And said, look, I've just come to do my show. These police people have come to cross me. It's like a movie. And I can't even see their faces. But it's this guy who's come down and says he's an auctioneer. And that they have a court order. And the first thing they tried to do was to seize my car.
No. You're not Metro TV.
So,
I mean,
the lawyer then asked me to give the phone to the auctioneer. So I gave my phone to him. And they interacted. So I came up. And he came up later. So the lawyer then said that, look, he says that there is they have a default judgment or something.
Okay.
And that the previous owners of Metro, they had some issues with them. They had gone to court and they had won and they had a court order to come and do what? Look, go and do your program so that we don't disrupt things. Let them take 2 of the saloon cars here. None of the vehicles is for Metro TV anyway. It's for Igna Media. But you let them take the vehicles. And so I told the security guys that, look, the lawyer says they can take 2 of the vehicles. And I left to come and do my show.
Yeah.
It was when I finished that I learned that, in fact, they took 3 vehicles. So yes, the lawyers then went to court. And the court released
those vehicles,
all the 3 vehicles to us. This was last year.
Yeah.
And I've been going on with my work.
Yeah.
And I'd even forgotten about that incident.
Yeah.
You know, until we were here yesterday around 9:30 when we heard the violent listening on the door and we heard the shout, the screams and everything. Then we saw 2 of the private security guys on this premises now enter with our channel manager.
Yeah.
And they tried to then block people from entering. So it was in that melee that the door, this door, you see I'm directly opposite the door.
Yeah.
So I can see whatever is. So when the door opened, then I saw the one policeman with the arm. And there are a lot of people. And I saw our news editor and others also trying to prevent them from entering. So it was in that ensuing confusion that the security guy fell on the back of his head inside the studio. In the presence of Kwesi Pratt, and assume that indeed you had a court order to come in effect.
Yep.
You were coming to attach properties. First of all, you need to even ascertain that in fact what you are coming for is for Metro TV. Not to, is that not what the law says?
Yeah,
okay.
Of course.
So you come in here,
yes.
You go downstairs. There is a front desk there. There's furniture, there are TV sets and others.
Yeah.
You are not interested in them. Downstairs is our biggest studio.
Studio, yeah.
You don't go there You are not interested in anything there.
Yeah.
We have other offices with equipment. You are not interested in any of them.
Yep.
I'm sure that you saw those boxes when we were climbing up. Our outside broadcast equipment with the wheels under, those black boxes.
Yeah.
You were not interested in them.
Those stars.
And you decided to climb upstairs with the armed men. And the staff kept telling you that, look, you cannot come up. There's a live program going on. You cannot come up here with armed men into a studio, a live program. They defied and came up. So that is how come all the staff also came up, trying to prevent them.
Trying to prevent.
And then when they came up here, you know, here, there are two studios. This one and the next studio.
And the next one.
But their interest
is this
was to break into this particular.
Yeah.
About this. And so if you juxtapose that against what happened last year.
Where
they waylaid me. Because the objective then was that they were just waiting for me. That was their interest. Because if you are coming to execute, you have a court order I want to execute. Go in there and go and do what you want to do.
What do you want to do?
What has that got to do with me?
Yep. Yeah. As I said, from your account, it's quite disgraceful. The police ought to act that way.
And as for the things that the auctioneer said, I don't want to, you know, because of all the commentary around these things, I've been careful.
Okay.
So that I don't feed into. But they are lawyer. I confronted a lawyer. Some of the utterances he made. Some of those political utterances he made.
Utterances, yeah.
And I told that his wife is a high court judge. If maybe that's the reason why he thinks that he can do whatever, he thinks that he's that connected. The lawyers were present when he made all those utterances. But I've intentionally decided not to.
Whose wife? The lawyer?
Go. So I've decided not to get into those things because I think that they will have the tendency of, you know, clouding the issues.
Yeah.
So it was Nana Akomia who was called by somebody from here on the basis of the comments, those comments that auctioneer was making. So it was he who got in touch with the IGP, and they got in touch with me.
Yeah.
Randy. Ishak.
Yeah.
You said something very instructive about reading meaning into this.
Yeah.
I'm going to read the meaning into it. So okay. I'm warning you ahead of time. Don't interrupt me.
That's fine.
Okay. You see, sorry, I won't say I'm warning you. I'm just a friendly reminder. Yeah. Okay. You see, Randy, at the root of all this is a culture of impunity that has been building in this country since this government came into power. You recall that Sammy Gyamfi was arrested commando style by these same hoodlums in balaclavas in front of Peace FM because he has put something on Facebook that Nana Santi Bediatu didn't like. Remember that incident? He was arrested.
My only problem with this is that then you'd find people who
don't we? You know President Mahama as well as I do, if not better. You know all his personal security. When President Mahama was in power, from Marietta to the last person law enforcement officer, you know all of them. I'm sure they're all on speed dial. Just like, have you ever called anybody? Did you ever call anybody within that sphere to execute any police maneuver for you? Could you do that? That's where I'm heading to. Randy, just a few days ago, our own friend and sister Sylvia Ba was abducted on her way home by people who ostensibly threatened her because she had deboarded certain people who were late. Anybody who knows Sylvia knows that she's very strict with her job. Indeed, when NDC was in power, Vice President Ms. Atta was let them deny it for all they want. We don't even care. Ishak, you're a lawyer. As we sit here, if I threaten you, see you, Ishak, you will see. And tomorrow morning something happens to you in your house. Some people come and break and enter your house and something happens. When the police call, I will not be the first person the police will call. So if you go and threaten her, the next day she's abducted. Now who calls her? Let's just say it wasn't you. There is reasonable justification for people to point to. And the manner in which he was arrested, threatened, this is a woman who apparently is even hypertensive. And I've known Sylvia for a long time. Since we were children, from her days in Birmingham. Everybody knows how she does her work. If you know Sylvia, you are boarding Emirates and you are late, the flight will leave. She will tell you, come again when you are ready. That is Sylvia for you. But that is also the reason why she has been able to keep her job and keep. Is that, must she be abducted? So when you abducted her, seeing that she was hypertensive, if something had happened to her, would you have brought her back dead to her family? Randy, what I'm talking about is an ongoing culture of impunity where officials of this government feel that they have the effrontery to use security, the security apparatus, to intimidate people. And then when you finish, they will tell you we will investigate it. Randy.
But in our case, who is that government official? There's no.
I'm saying that you just told me that the auctioneer says the auctioneer's wife is a high court judge. I'm talking about
that has nothing
Randy,
to do with
yes, but I'm talking about a culture of impunity. You see, when you build that culture of impunity, I have never heard that Vice President Bawumia who build that culture of impunity. People take advantage of it, and I'm getting there. Do you understand me, Randy? Look, I have some very, very good friends in the police in very high places, you know. I have never called any of them to do anything for me, because when you do that, you are putting them in a position where not only are you compromising their job, but you're also compromising the relationship you have with them. If an armed robber has attacked me and I call a senior police officer that I know, it's a different matter. That's the job they do. And you see, if the IGP is watching today, IGP, it is not cool that some of your men are able to be used to do things like this. And then you have to step in and order another exist at all.
That's him. That's the guy.
Yes, I'm saying that it should not exist at all. I'm saying that everybody knows police people. So you see, when Sylvia was abducted, what happened? The IGP stepped in, called her, assured her. When these things happen, it has happened to you, he will call you, assure you. We never get to hear what happens to these people who do these things. We never get to hear what happened to the so-called investigation. But what I'm saying is it shouldn't happen at all. Because you see, when we are in a country where a so-called security operative confessed that he had been trained for 3 weeks and given a uniform, which uniform he used to end up going to assault a sitting MP during the Ayawaso West Wagon crisis. So it presupposes that there are many people running around with uniforms that they shouldn't be wearing. So the people who tried to collect your car at Alisa Junction. Yes, let's just imagine. So what happens? This should not happen. And Ishak, you are right. I am reading meaning into it because it is a culture of impunity that has been used, that is happening when President Mahama was president. There was absolutely no chance. If you are his appointee and you do that, you are going home. If he hears it and he will hear, you are going home instantly. What is wrong with us in this country? What are we doing? Where are we going with all this? Everybody knows police, so you get police to do something for. The police are there to protect us, not to intimidate us. The police are there to make sure that we are safe. And you see, me, every time I go around, I run around a little bit at night. When you see these police officers, sometimes young women, young men, the politeness with which they greet you in the dead of the night, and you wonder, why are you even here? So we thank them for what they do. We thank them for wearing the uniform. We thank them that even though we don't pay them well and we give them guns, they don't use those TV. Why don't you go into the owner of Metro TV's house? Doesn't he have more cars than Randy Abbey? Isn't he richer than Randy Abbey? Why don't you go there? If you want to, breaking into a live TV
I'm saying that if the objective, assuming that you have a legitimate court order, you understand me? The legitimate court order, and that court order gives you the right.
Are you a respondent to that?
I'm saying that if the court order,
is your name on the court order?
I'm saying that if the court order gives you the right to go and attach properties, don't you have a responsibility to first of all identify those properties? And ascertain whether indeed those properties are for Metro TV, and then go into attachment of those properties. Is that not how it should be done?
Yes, it should.
If that is indeed the objective, you come in here, there are vehicles on the compound. You are not interested in any of them.
Okay.
You come to the front desk, you are not interested in anything. There are studios there, offices, equipment, everything. You are not interested. Your interest is to come up to the first floor and come here, waylaid me, blocked my vehicle, and attempted to seize my vehicle.
Ishak, one moment before you come in. Randy, you have answered your own question. You talked about the statements that politically connoted statements that were made. It was an attempt to show you where power lies. And this is the impunity I'm talking about. It was aimed at Randy Abbey. Why? Why didn't they attack Metro TV when Paul Adumonte is working? Why did they do that? No, or any other person. Hold on. When Annie... No, hold on. When Annie is on TV doing her afternoon show, when my brother Michael Oduro is doing his sports show, when Moro is doing his afternoon, why did they go there? I said it was designed to intimidate Randy Abbey. End of story.
Okay, let me count. You see, this is the angle that I don't want us to take.
Oh, I'll take it. I warned you before that I'm going to do it.
Please, afford me the opportunity.
I am doing it.
To just speak as I've given you that opportunity.
Every time something you don't want us to take that angle.
No,
what angle do you want
that angle is not appropriate. You see, from the catalogue of events that Randy has played from Metro TV, the fact that they have refused to deal with any access on the ground floor came up to the upstairs. There are 3 other places they could have gone to. They've come here. One is safe to presume that you are possibly a target of the auctioneer, and perhaps he has got a police back in to deal with it. One can presume that. But where I'm struggling with is the political angle my good friend here have taken. Look, even in advanced democracies where police have got complete operational independence, like that of UK or even the United States, or take other democracy, sometimes we have bad nuts in the police who are not necessarily following orders, but because of financial gain or whatever gain, they might target citizens. It's for this reason I thought that a proper investigation could have helped us. But here is the case, he immediately rejected investigation and reading a political meaning to it. If we do that, this is why people take entrenched position and will not be able to deal with this matter properly. Because every right, let me
no. What you say is not true. I'm not. No,
I allow you.
When we're not here,
take notes. Let him finish.
When I finish, you can come in.
Could you take notes?
Yes. No. I gave you almost 10 minutes uninterrupted. Yes. So if we are not able to be doing these investigations, look, the police is a reflection of our society. There are bad nuts within the police who will do excesses, commit criminal acts, and it has no bearing with instructions they receive from political leaders. So I believe that the right way we should go about this, as the police issue the report and the intervention of the IGP, if we investigate it properly and identify the reasons, people could target Randy. I mean, I can identify any political activity, and you are not a member of the opposition. So why would somebody immediate reaction would be to read political meaning to it? Other than, for me, I can see a form of criminality into it. I can see excesses from the police. So why don't we allow investigation? But if you bring this political element and you try to say that John Mahama reminded us when there were some differences that we should remember the historical past, their revolutionary past. It is a reminder to us that there were periods whereby there were excesses, pure criminality committed by government officials. I mean, this was the reminder. If you do that, people will be pointed to this particular
was
past.
President Kufuor not part of the revolution?
In terms of media freedom,
you know Jerry Rawlings,
in terms of, please let me come. In terms of, so yes,
and then you use something else.
Listen, you don't. The NDC as a party doesn't have a good history when it comes to their.
I said
name
name a time when President Mahama appointees
I have
people openly, and the next day people were arrested.
John Mahama himself has openly threatened us.
Oh, you
that we should remember. He has reminded us that we should remember the.
When you are in a hole, stop digging.
Randy,
when I
this
start
is the most inappropriate. Yes. You see, John Mahama has reminded us about their revolutionary past, the excesses that were committed. The NDC as a political party, it was never friends with the media. But you see, I didn't want us to go through this political angle. I wanted us to deal with this matter, as Randy himself rightly asked you a question. Even if the wife or the brother is a high court judge, he cannot even see the political angle.
Unfortunately, Shaq, I know I said that. I didn't want to want to bring her, but for those who were there, the comments that people were to call their lawyers today, they will tell you. And the lawyers were trying to tell me that, oh, please separate those issues, separate the utterances of Dr. Shina himself.
Oh, Dr. Shina, yes.
Yes. In the presence of all those who were there.
Okay.
Was what will even give, right?
Yes.
But like I've said,
yes.
I want to just stay focused and deal with the issues.
Even myself, you are so eager. You have even your blood doesn't seem to be hotter than mine.
Because I was holding you for my mouth.
Okay, let me come. Look, I even as an MPP member, sometimes you meet grassroots members and other people, the way they express themselves. I don't believe the leadership may even approve that. For example, somebody might contact you in the name of governmental power, say, I'm a member of national security, I need to do this. It doesn't mean it's been sanctioned from the top. Yes, some people might think, oh, I'm affiliated to this party, we're in power, and therefore I could use governmental power to do this. It doesn't mean the party or the government have sanctioned it. I'm sure even in NDC time, you see people say, we are in power, we need to do this. For me, you just need to say that, look, let's deal with this in a criminal matter. So for me, the investigation promise, I hope that they speed up the investigations, and possibly the court itself will need to be informed that this order that was issued has not been executed properly. And maybe the auctioneer, from what you said, I don't see this matter, because he said the allegations of, the claims that there had been judgment dead against the previous owner. It's quite possible that even in law,
I mean, this is not somebody who should be allowed to hold. I mean, his license ought to be revoked immediately.
Yes, I think so.
Even on the basis of the utterances he made yesterday, his license ought to be revoked immediately.
So if you have evidence of this nature, I was even talking about the enforcement of that judgment. If it was, if it was against previous owners, what has that to do with these current owners? And even if it has something to do with current Metro TV, I don't see in law that says in between you and Metro TV, to the extent that somebody will need to seize your car. So please, attempt to seize your car. So I
speaking. Yes. I didn't have water in my mouth.
Okay.
You heard me saying categorically that I have not heard Alhaji Bawumia ordering anybody's arrest.
Yes.
Did you hear me saying that?
But
did you hear me saying that I've not heard the chief of
you mentioned it.
But I told you that there is a culture of impunity that has been building.
And the way you connected with
no, don't talk to me about the way I connected it.
Yes.
The current events, the way I connect is the way I connect. You yourself said when you people do these things, you give rise to interpretation.
Yes.
And I am interpreting what has gone on. So
I want you to interpret appropriately.
No, don't tell me how to interpret.
Proportionately.
Isaac, I didn't go to Achimota school with you.
I never went to Achimota.
So don't tell me how to interconnect.
I went to.
You are a registered nurse. You are a lawyer. You work at Sainsbury's. The next thing you may do is you may bath dead bodies. You and I, we interconnect things differently.
Okay.
I'm saying that the culture of impunity that has built in this country is what leads rise to these things. And Randy has told you that for the sake of neutrality, he doesn't want to utter.
And that's his approach.
Yes.
That approach is not appropriate.
No, that's Randy. As for me, I'm biased.
Oh, you're biased. Oh, in that case,
have I made? What am I sitting here doing? What am I sitting here doing?
Defending a political party. That doesn't mean you have to be universally biased.
No, I am. Listen.
You have to be objective.
I am totally partisan.
No, that's not good. It's not good for our
because in a few days' time, I want you people to go.
It is not good for our democracy.
No, it is good. It's good. Watch a t-shirt.
You'll be giving politicians a bad name.
No.
A politician will need to be objective as well.
Ishak, when you were talking, you
you
said I shouldn't talk.
Okay.
Watch a t-shirt. Abedina has so chair and a solo ball. So you are accusing me of being utterly partisan.
Well, you have confirmed you are
partisan. Yes, I'm partisan.
Yes.
I want you people to go
because
I want the impunity to end in 9 days, and you will go. But what I'm saying is that you yourself alluded to it.
What you're doing is not even fair to Randy because you are using his unfortunate situation for political gain, which is not even appropriate.
Randy has been my friend for a quarter of a century.
Well,
wait. Stop it.
Okay.
As far as I am concerned, his personal safety is more important to me than what you are sitting here talking that I should be objective.
Yes.
So every time you come here, you want us to tow your path when it's not good. You are sitting here telling us that President Mahama threatened you with revolutionary past. Revolutionary past. Was Kufuor not part of the revolution? Was Kwachiga not part of the revolution? Was Randy, the former Eastern Region minister, what is his name? Yao something. He was the person leading people to strip market women in Koforidua. His wife is even a judge too. So what are you talking about? Why? The MPP people were not part of the revolution.
In apartheid South Africa.
Oh, hold on. Don't respond. It's a rhetorical statement. Don't respond. I said President Kufuor was President Rawlings's first local government minister. So don't come and tell me about NDC did that and NDC did that and NDC did that. It's on TV. Do you know how many people have been maimed, beaten by this very auctioneer? Today we are talking about it because it is Randy. You understand? Because he has a bully pulpit, he has a program that we can come and sit on and talk about it. He's just the tip of the iceberg. Do you think if it was ordinary you and I, anybody would hear? That is why we need to stop the culture of impunity that has gone on in this country. That's why we need to stop it. We need to stop it already. Because every time it happens, the IGP calls somebody, sends somebody. Randy, didn't the IGP call Sidiaba? Have we heard anything? Loki, we have even heard that some senior members of your party called her husband and told her that they shouldn't publicize it because it's election week. If you know it's election week, why are you doing it? Why are we running around with people? Randy, there was a day I went to the offices of Delta airline to buy an airline ticket. There was a young man who dropped out of a Range Rover, walked into the office of Delta Airlines with a pistol in his belt, showing he had a handgun in his belt. So I confronted him and asked, and guess what, Randy? There was a police officer, right, who sits in front of Delta office because there's a bank there and they use the bank. I asked him, did you not see the police officer sitting there? Why is that gun in your belt? And you know his response? He's national security. National security people, proper security operatives, they run around with pistols in their belt.
I've seen.
So I called the police officer and I asked him to escort the man out of the office. And you know, the ladies who were working at the counter at Delta, they were shocked when they finished. They said, "Hey, Mr. Tumbofu, you are brave." I said, "Listen, I am not brave. I am just doing what I need to do as a citizen." Ishak, your government, let me just underline what I'm about to say. Your government, the government of which you want us to repeat and have a third term for President Akufo-Addo, has presided over countless acts of impunity, and that impunity is snowballing. It is not political. I am saying that those things could order Sami Gyamfi's arrest. Today, auctioneers are breaking into live TVs to show Randy Abbey. Next time, if you don't voice it, when they come for you, who will be there for you?
Okay.
Remember,
you
let me.
Goodbye.
Oh, are you the moderator of the program? Keep quiet. You didn't kasa. Next time they come for you, there'll be nobody to help you. Do you remember Nimola's poem? First they came for the trade unionists, and I wasn't a trade unionist, so I didn't speak out. First they came for Sami Gyamfi. You were not Sami Gyamfi, so you didn't speak out. And then they went for Sylvia Ba. You are not Sylvia Ba's relative, so you came here and made an excuse. They came for Randy. You sat here and made an excuse. When they come for you, who will make an excuse for you?
Okay, let me come in now. I think you've had a good bite.
I say you are not the moderator. You are not the moderator.
Okay.
Let me breathe and decide when I want to keep quiet. If the moderator wants to stop me, you stop.
Yes.
Moderator, do you want to stop me? You want to stop me? It's Saturday, you are sitting here smiling.
Let me come in.
The day they'll come for you, we'll see.
Please. The audience wants equality of arms, so that when you have a say, you are also allow me to have a say. Equality of arms.
The audience don't want to hear you. They don't want to hear you.
Yeah, they want to hear me. You see, as a nation,
I'm conducting an online poll. I'm conducting an online poll.
It's very sad for a member, a senior member for that matter, of the opposition parties to say that he would always be biased, regardless of what. It is not appropriate. We, the young ones, ought to learn from you that there are certain things we need to take a nationalistic approach to them and deal with them in the national interest, instead of always taking everything as a partisan issue. One of these issues is where I believe that the NPP leadership, the government leadership will not be happy with this situation, and they will really need it to be investigated. You cited national security. I've seen people purporting to be members of national security taking the law into their own hands, and they have been arrested. It doesn't mean that if somebody said they are acting in the name of national security, it doesn't mean government approve it or the NPP as a party. Please.
When
you had your time.
No. I'm not. This one I'm not allowing you to.
No. Let me.
No. When
you don't believe in fairness as well.
No, I don't. I'm not. I don't believe in fairness.
Okay.
When national security operatives went and assaulted a sitting MP,
my only trouble with you,
when a government commission headed by a former appeals court judge, a Supreme Court judge, and an IGP wrote a white paper that certain people should be prosecuted. Hold on, certain people should be prosecuted.
Listen.
The government came back and said they were wrong.
I'm meant to be learning from you. You are my senior colleague. You are not setting a good example.
Kojo, you've made a point.
You are not setting a good example. I'm meant to learn from you.
What happened to you?
My trouble with you
Kojo, you
is
are being disruptive.
as a member of the
it's for your own
stop it.
Yes.
So that they don't come for
for the benefit of our audience. Let's
I agree with you that nobody should look elsewhere when an injustice is going on. I agree with almost everything you say. The only trouble is that you are coming from hypocritical perspectives. The only problem is that as a member of the NDC, with such a revolt, people can interpret that to be an attack on press freedom. And as a democracy, the media is a lifeblood of every democracy. And no reasonable person who wants to safeguard our fourth republic should tolerate that. Let's deal with it as such. But the approach you have taken will polarize the system. The approach you have taken is not helpful. The approach you have taken will make other people take a partisan approach to it. For me, regardless of a government, regardless of a political party, what is wrong is wrong. But you have decided that no, you will always be biased. You will connect everything with everything, even if there's no connection. That way, it's hard to learn from you.
So,
as a senior colleague,
why did Gabriel Chendaku go and visit Sylvia? You want us to start revealing things?
They say that.
Why did you go?
Let's not.
They say that. Let's not deal with that.
You don't want to.
For me, I want the police to do proper investigation. And this auctioneer, the way he's been doing things, apparently you have more evidence.
Court.
Yes.
In this world, let's even say Ghana.
Yes.
Will give anybody an order.
Yes.
And the order will be interpreted to mean that you can go and seek police assistance. Yes, they will give you to go and execute a court order. But you use this policeman to waylay a person.
A person.
Who the order is not against.
Against, yes.
And to cross his vehicle when he enters into his work premises. And to attempt to want to confiscate his vehicle.
On the face of it is wrong.
Then, which court will give anybody an order which says that you can invade the media house with armed policemen, attempt to break into a studio.
The studio,
when there's a live program going on. And to disrupt the program.
Yes.
Which court will give anybody an order to do that?
No court. I agree with you. On the face of it, it's wrong.
Obviously, even if you have a court order, there is an abuse, a criminal abuse
of the process.
Of those processes.
You should do that.
You should do that.
Because
Which
the person
order anybody to
is
do that?
using the order to harass you instead of dealing with Metro TV. Yes, we agree with that. Let's deal with it appropriately.
And Florence Nightingale over here will come and tell me.
Florence, she's one of the famous.
He's a Quaker, a peacenik. When is the shoes on your foot, you're a peacenik. You sat here and talked about NDC's revolutionary past. I am talking about your impunity present.
I am condemning this. I'm not sure. Can I really learn from you?
Don't learn anything.
You're having a radical approach.
If you want to learn from me, come to NDC.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. BetSaver.
Hello, thank you for calling MTN.
This is Jerry, Jolly J for short.
How may I help?
I'm not happy with you guys at all. You've been giving Bongo gifts all the time.
Who is Bongo?
Oh, Bongo, my friend. He purchased in my room.
Oh.
You've been giving free gifts, but I don't.
That's MTN Rewards, talk, text, browse, and more, and you get to redeem free call time or data by simply dialing *550#. And on Fridays, you can even get extra special rewards like food vouchers, shopping discounts, and much more.
Papa didn't tell me anything. Would you like to know how I got the name Jolly J?
That won't be necessary, Mr. Jolly. Calling customer care service doesn't give you points.
I'm gonna call my mom. I'll call my grandma. I'll call my ex. That girl can talk, Papa. Hello, Mama. So what's the topic for today?
MTN.
Enyanum ni adofono. Pacho, mini fatao, wachi raba no. Wachi raba and let me jina kase. Enam MPP abainti. Let my friend me home mining engineer. And you say me fitia na me be mining engineer. Enam ejuma MPP abain. Aye, any free education policy on the buy. Watch a rubber, mini that so for Bia said, meet my junior high school. I transfer call SHS. Me junior high school now. That same particular year, now go point dom. Anna Ghana for your 2 Abama MPP are buying. Emma free education policy. A buy. The buy, my mini chance. Edeko, one of the best schools in Ghana, St. Augustine's College. And I'm a proud alumnus of St. Augustine's College. Now, and that, Bijina Hanoma, my mama, no, papa, no, and you're not from Ghana food. Minsada Minsayim, me pamuchao, say this year, December 7th, Montwaba, Emma, Dr. Baumia. Na obi wo baby obi wa kurasi baby oni ne de aso te semia ne ma meton wa che te se de ma meton wa che na obi wo baby ne ma me ne adwuma ne papa ne adwuma obi wo baby ne papa afrim ne ma me afrim oni ani da so baby a monfa monsa kokromoti enko team number 1 Emma Dr. Baumia na omwa.
Star Assurance, an enhanced motor third-party insurance policy that provides cover for loss or damage to your vehicle's windscreens, side mirrors, back glass, and other glass components. Whether it's a crack or major damage, you can drive with the assurance that your vehicle is well protected. Our commitment to you includes affordable coverage options and a claims process that is both fast and straightforward, so you spend less time dealing with paperwork and more time on the road. Also, we have proudly partnered with Hope for Little Lives, an organization dedicated to supporting children in need. By choosing Star Motor Third Party Extra, you're protecting your vehicle and making a positive impact. Every policy you buy helps bring joy and support to children in underserved communities. Reach out to us now on our toll-free numbers 0800 177 177 or 0302 245 906 to sign up. Let us help you drive with peace of mind and purpose. Star Motor Third Party Extra. Drive with confidence, give back with heart.
Star Assurance, your solid partner.
Fellow Ghanaians, President Akufo-Addo has refused to sign the anti-gay bill passed by Parliament to protect the family values and innocence of our children. Vice President Baumia watches on while paying lip service to protecting Ghanaian cultural values and her future. Clearly, the future of our children is at risk under the NPP. The December 7 election is a choice between the NDC that truly believes in the promotion of proper human sexual rights and family values for the protection of the innocence and future of our children, and the MPP that supports the promotion of LGBTQ++, hence the refusal of their leader to sign the anti-gay bill into law. Say no to homosexuality and gayism by voting wisely. The MPP will allow gayism and the NDC will prevent it. Your vote is your power and chance to protect your children's future. Say no to Trumu Trumu. Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture, brought to you by Koa Research and Manufacturing Limited Company, proudly made in Ghana, formulated to support your general well-being. For those seeking immune system support, there is Koa Plus Mixture. Support your body's defenses and stay strong. When it comes to combating malaria, Koa MT Mixture will aid your treatments. For effective relief from malaria symptoms, try Koa MT Mixture. Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture are not recommended for pregnant women, lactating mothers, and children under 12 years. Always take a malaria test before using Koa MT Mixture. Choose Koa Mixture, Koa Plus Mixture, and Koa MT Mixture for your health needs. Available now at pharmacies nationwide. For bulk purchases, contact 0244 726611 or 0591 565 778. This advert is
Over the past 7 years, Ghana has witnessed remarkable progress and transformation under the NPP. From education, job creation, infrastructure, and healthcare, they have paved the way for a brighter future. Free SHS has given every child the opportunity to pursue their dreams. Major infrastructure projects have connected our communities, improved healthcare services, have enhanced the well-being of our citizens, and more jobs are being created through 1D1F.
With better roads, I can transport my goods easily and
support for tech and innovation. My business has thrived. I believe they have a vision to lead us into the next chapter.
The improvements in our healthcare system have saved many lives. Thanks to Free SHS, I completed secondary school without worrying about school fees. I believe in the NPP's vision for their future, and I want them to lead the next chapter.
Join us in writing the next chapter of Ghana's success story. The NPP's bold solutions will lead us to a brighter future.
Vote number 1 on the ballot.
Hey, what's up?
How far with your internship?
To be honest, I'm so nervous about starting this new role on Monday.
Oh, please. I know you'll be great at it. You should be worried about what benefits they have. Example, do they have health insurance?
I doubt they will have that for interns. But no shaking. I have NHIS already.
Actually, I'm on a line.
Ina, look at you. What are you going to do in the office when you can just download their app to register for an NHIS membership?
Yes, my people. You heard right. You can now download and register your membership on my NHIS app. No long queues or tedious paperwork. All you need, NHIS covers over 95% of disease conditions in Ghana. Access to healthcare just got easier.
Now let me sign up quickly. Please, Seth, I'm starting work next month.
Industrialization is our only way out. Yes, we could be bankers and we could be insurers, but the machine is needed. Because when we wake up in the morning, we iron our clothes with machines, we cook our food with machines, we travel to work with machines, but none of the machines that we're building ourselves. Which means we're buying everything from outside. We can't keep buying everything from outside when everybody is building things from inside, everywhere in the world. Dubai is doing it. Qatar is doing it. China is doing it. America is doing it. Every country is doing it. When it comes to Africa, we just want to import things. And you know it costs us money to import things. How do you give your cotton to somebody and they bring it back to you as shirt? There's 7 processes where you're going to turn the cotton to textile, to yard, and to pattern before it becomes a shirt. You miss all that process. You never thought your children had to do that. The reason why our cocoa is becoming a butter and it's coming from a different country because we're missing the 7 process. Insurance, by turning insurance platform into banks. Making sure that this policy that holds SNAITs 10,000 that they will insure in the next 5 years of their life will guarantee them their accommodation when they need it. It will guarantee them their hospital bill when they need it. And it would also fix their education when they need it. Please, I know I don't have enough of this to give to everybody, but if you have a chance and you want to, scan it.
The luckiest.
Star 712 hash.
Luck is everywhere.
8K. Hey, you can get 8K. Get a packing from your man. Hey, wait.
You go put it on his tab. This is my man.
Good luck. We'll wait here. We are star 712. It's much phone. I'm on dialing the magic numbers. Star 712. Now welcome to the luckiest. And I'm with me at home ticket. You can buy for yourself or your loved one.
Mommy, tell mommy who's here.
You're fine. I'm choosing random ticket. Listen, if you buy the random ticket, the system chooses a random number for you. But if you buy the preferred, you get to input your own preferred 5 digits. 5.
Baby, give me your 5 numbers.
And how much are we buying?
Babe, look at the body and buy you.
With your body,
Hey,
there, tread cautiously. Now follow the prompts and prepare. Now the luckiest.
The luckiest is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas platform, not for persons below 18 years. TNCs apply.
Hey, Cha, once again you are welcome. Hey, how's my nephew?
By God's grace, he's well. He's the reason why I came here today. Opa, thank you for sending us money the last time. It was very useful. As I sent it to your nephew in school to be buying food small. You already know the feeding challenges with free SHS these days. He's already home for vacation, and I need some help to enroll him in private classes.
But he just left for school a few weeks ago. I mean, as for this your traffic license, I don't understand. And we have to cough money for extra classes.
Started the progressively free SHS program, cancel it. Rather, he is going to maintain and improve it by abolishing the double track system, providing dedicated source of funding, and include the private senior high schools in the program. You know, he's also going to decentralize and improve the food procurement to make sure that our children can eat good food while they're in school.
Money can breathe.
I'm going to campaign for John Mahama because I want quality free SHS for my children. Enough of the traffic lights.
Vote for change. Vote for John Mahama and the NDC.
There's nothing worse than your multi-bet missing, but nothing better than having it saved. BetSaver.
Right, welcome back to the show. If you just joined us, this is Good Morning Ghana live on Metro TV. Now, you've all been there before. You've placed the perfect multi-bet and it's all going your way until it's not, and one or more picks let you down. Well, with Betway's Best Saver feature, you can win even if your bet misses. Even on multiple losses, you can get your bet back and more. Bet Saver is exclusive to Betway. Get way more. It's regulated by the Gaming Commission of Ghana. Bet the responsible way, Betway, get way more. And the 2024 annual Thanksgiving service of the Jospon Group of companies started from Monday, the 25th day of November, and will end tomorrow, Friday, the 29th day of November, and it's happening at the forecourt of Zoom Lion Ghana Limited, Maijo Achalibutre, Accra, under the theme Jesus Christ is more than enough, and it's taken from Luke 19:8 and Hebrews 12:2. The Thanksgiving services are being held in all 261 districts across Ghana and 10 designated centers in Accra. Join the Jospon Group to thank God for His mercies throughout the year at the Zoom Lion head office or any of the 10 designated centers in Accra. Indeed, Jesus Christ is more than enough. All right. Today, a mother of mine is 75. She's turned 75 today. Not my biological mother, but a mother of mine. Yes. She's 75 today. Mrs. Edith Ashi Oduma Tete. She's 75 today. We all call Edire. So she's 75 years old. Yeah, she's 75-year-old today. Mrs. Edith Ashi Oduma Tete. Happy 75th birthday to you, Edire. And she has a popular son, though. Robert Coleman of Wembley Sports, the one who builds the AstroTurfs. So that's Coleman's mother. That's Robert Coleman's mother. So and she's my mother as well. So happy 7th, the one who builds the AstroTurfs. So that's Coleman's mother. That's Robert Coleman's mother. So and she's my mother as well. So happy 75th birthday to you, Mrs. Edith Ashi Oduma Tete Edire. Happy 75th birthday, and we pray for good health and long life, many more years to spend with us. Congratulations on your 75th birthday. Okay. All right. So we have been discussing all the Parliament, Executive, Supreme Court issues and all that. Okay. And everybody's been looking up to when we will see perhaps a reflection of what has happened in court, in Parliament. Yeah. Okay. So we are aware that the Honorable Afenyo Markin wrote to the Speaker. Yeah. In fact, it was an appeal, not a petition. It was an appeal. The earlier one was a petition, so that's how come this one was not signed by MPs, because it was an appeal. Okay. And we also saw the response from the other side, signed by Dr. Akisla Tufosin, who also gave reasons why it shouldn't be entertained. Okay. So for anybody who had hopes or thought that it was possible for us to see Parliament reconvene before the December 7 elections, well, this is the response from the Right Honorable Speaker. Yeah. And interestingly, this is the memo, and we're going to put it out there for you to see. Yeah. It's from the Right Honorable Speaker, and I find something remarkable. And it's addressed to who? Leader of Government Business, Honorable Alexander Afenyo Markin, Leader of Government Business. And it's dated 26th of November 2024, subject request to recall Parliament to consider outstanding public business. And says, I write in response to your memo on the above subject, which was received at the office of the Speaker on Friday, 22nd November 2024. At the time I was out of office to honor an invitation outside Accra. Your memo calls on me to exercise my discretion pursuant to Orders 57.3 and 58.4 of the Standing Orders of the House to summon the House to sit for 2 days, Thursday 28th, that's today, and Friday 29th of November 2024 to consider 22 items, all of which we refer to as either outstanding public business or urgent government business. Honorable leaders, you may be aware, the performance of the functions of Parliament and the duties of members of Parliament extends beyond the plenary sittings of Parliament. Again, as you are aware, the parliamentary calendar acknowledges elections campaign periods. This season is for the government, parties, and both presidential and parliamentary candidates to present their manifestos to the people and to account and justify how the mandate given them by the voters for the 4-year term of office has been applied to the benefit of the people. Bearing in mind the provisions of Article 296A and B of the Constitution, 1992, and the closeness of your proposed dates to the general election, I am of the considered opinion that it will not be in the national interest to interrupt the campaigns of members and parties by a recall to plenary sitting of Parliament. Consequently, it will not be fair to exercise my discretion in favor of your request to summon members of Parliament at this time to a 2-day sitting to deliberate on 22 items you consider urgent or outstanding government businesses. It is worth noting that having regard to the practice and deliberations of the House, I wonder how the proposed 22 items could be transacted within 2 days. I accordingly suggest that government prioritizes these businesses together with others not captured by your memo for consideration after the conduct of the general elections on the 7th of December 2024. The House will resume sitting after the elections to complete all essential matters before a seamless transition to the 9th Parliament of the 4th Republic of Ghana. The national interest would better be served if members exhibit conduct of honor, empathy, and humility in the performance of their duties. In the circumstances, the national interest will better be served. Amidst this paragraph, the national interest will better be served if members exhibit conduct of honor, empathy, and humility in the performance of their duties. In the circumstances, I am neither inclined nor disposed to exercise my discretion in favor of your request. The request is accordingly declined. In fact, the Speaker does not even refer to the objection of the other side.
Okay.
Yes, Ishak.
Thank you very much. But before I look at this, I want you to just permit me to address a question you once asked Nana Komia when he was in your show. He couldn't provide you an answer.
Which question was that?
There was a question whether Wale Wale has actually got a watermelon factory, because somebody had given information and it came to light. And when you asked Nana Komia, he said he was going to check and get back to you.
When was this?
It's almost about 6-7 months ago.
At that time, was there a factory?
There was. That's why I want to, yes, because he couldn't confirm.
Okay.
He didn't have information, and I don't expect him to have every information.
What's the information you have for us?
So the good news is that on the weekends, I was in the Possibility Towers with the Vice President around the Northeast region.
Okay.
And again, I want to add it to what the former president said. I think about 4 weeks ago, the former president...
You're introducing a new topic.
No, I'm adding the two together.
You're introducing a new topic.
Okay, I'm not. I'm going to summarize it very quickly.
Okay.
Yes. So he asked him, Wale Wale, the vice president is from Wale Wale, what has he done for you? So these two things, I just want to condense them. Less than 1 minute, I'll resolve them. So I want to thank the good people of the Northeast region. In fact, on Friday last week, the vice president had the honor of actually commissioning it. And
what?
He has commissioned the watermelon factory.
Which was completed 7 months ago?
Yes, I mean, you finish it before, I mean, sometimes we have, look, please,
allow him. Could you just allow him?
He did not only commission, he did not only, so to add that, just a confirmation that indeed there's a watermelon processing plant.
All right.
interest to recall Parliament urgently for 2 days. Even if the Speaker thinks the 22 item is too much, why doesn't the Speaker think maybe 10 or 5 items that the Speaker consider very necessary could have been? But what troubles me, even though this letter is written outside the rules, as he said, it is an appeal made, so of which the Speaker would have to use his discretion. But as we said, as a public officer, his discretion must not be unfettered. It has to be confined within a proper way of making a decision. But from the way the Speaker written it, 22 items like this, it's like the Speaker have not put his mind completely at the request.
What I read, all the Speaker is saying is that,
yes,
and we all know that the Speaker is,
yes,
we could say the most experienced person,
okay,
when it comes to parliamentary business, as
yes,
we speak today in the House.
Okay.
All he has said is that,
yes,
your request to summon members of Parliament at this time to a 2-day sitting,
yes,
to deliberate on 22 items you consider urgent or outstanding government business, is worth noting,
okay,
that having regard,
yes,
to the practice and deliberations of the House.
Yes.
So this is what he says.
Yes.
Having regard,
yes,
to the practice and deliberations of the House, I wonder how the proposed 22 items could be transacted within the 2 days.
So have a chat with them.
No, I'm saying that this is what he's saying.
Yes.
And the truth of the matter is that my checks even shows that for some of these items, they even have to be laid. Some of the things there, they have to be laid. They have to be referred to committees.
Okay.
And all those things.
Okay.
And those who put the thing together know that very well.
Probably if they start now, so that shows why the government wants it to be done urgently. So that means that they could have
Speaker is saying that if indeed you know parliamentary processes and deliberations, what you need to do is to have a scale of preference, prioritize it.
Prioritize
and don't come and do 22 items when you know very well that within those 2 days we will not be able to do them.
But why doesn't the Speaker get in touch with this in the government?
But they wrote to him and he has written to them.
No, but this look, there are other transactions that could have done behind the scenes.
No, but Ishak, they wrote a letter to him. They made it public. He has also responded, and it is public.
But what is I understood you, but give me opportunity to express this opinion.
Please go on.
I believe that this Speaker of Parliament, in the beginning, when the Parliament started and we couldn't get our preferred person, I thought that this Speaker would probably act in the national interest.
He hasn't.
In the beginning, he did. But towards the end, it's like something seemed to have influenced the Speaker. Even look at the way it is addressed. Leader of government business. Why that particular address? The certain issue have already settled by in Parliament when nobody had a majority. I mean, if you look at the policies of the NDC,